Imagine you get home at 6:30 p.m. from a hard day of work and these are the ingredients in your fridge. You're tired, so you can't be bothered looking for a recipe that fits these ingredients. You also can't be bothered going to the shops. So what do? Should I just get food delivered? No, you can't do that again. And what, throw all these out? This fish is gonna go off if we leave it any longer, and the herbs need to be used. So what do I do then? Today, we're gonna run through some simple steps to help you use those ingredients and make it taste amazing. You don't need a lot of ingredients, you just need balance and contrast. All of these ingredients are gonna be used today, nothing more and nothing less. But first, I'm Brenton Maris. I've been cooking with my imagination for years instead of following recipes. And today I'm gonna help you do the same. So let's have a think about the ingredients. Parsley's the hardest. How are we gonna use parsley so it doesn't take over the whole dish? So let's start cooking and then I'll explain to you the process of how to put it all together with the contrast and the balance. With the parsley, I want to use all of that parsley. So my inspiration was tabbouleh, which is a Middle Eastern salad, but I'm mixing it up a little bit. So I'll need to rely on my taste rather than a recipe. Chop your parsley up fine. I'm using this knife, but if you have one of the rolling knives, obviously it's going to be a lot better. All right. Halfway there, got to do the rest of it. We'll just pour it in here. Ta-da! Next we're going to use tomato, chop it up real finely as well, and cucumber really finely and add it to the salad. Throw that in. Next we'll chop the cucumber up finely. All right, we'll throw that in. So that's all chopped up nice and finely. Onion has a really strong flavor when it's raw. So we'll use a little bit in the salad and I don't want to waste it. I want to use it all. So we'll cook some of it later. Just going to use about that much. So. All right, let's throw that in. See, look how much that makes. We don't want to use too much. All right, a little bit of lime to add as well. Add half a lime in there, and then a bit of oil, so like so. Some oil, olive oil, and then from there, I'll just mix it through. It's going to be fantastic. All right, let's try a little bit. The freshness of the tomato and the cucumber really balances well with the parsley, but what I think it needs, a little bit of salt and pepper. Isn't that parsley gonna take over the whole dish? Chill, mate, we have a plan. Let's cook the fish first and then we'll come back to the other flavors that balance and contrast. All right, the pan's on, nice and low. We're gonna add the rest of the lime. I know you thought I was gonna waste it, but no. A little bit of oil, like so, olive oil. And we're gonna cook that fish, like so, on a really low heat. Make sure it's not sticking, with the lid on. Make sure you wash your hands after and before touching the fish. All right, lid on, nice and low. It locks in the heat, cooks the fish evenly, and we'll just let that simmer. All right, so we still have these ingredients. All right, let's think through the flavor compound. So parsley is quite bitter. There's a lot of freshness in there. And there's obviously sour from the lime. So on the other side, we want to contrast. So butternut pumpkin's quite sweet, which will balance really quite well. And we could either use it with butter or we could use it with spice to balance out those flavors. I'm going to use spice with the pumpkin. So let's cut it up and then add the spice. All right, let's chop this up. And now I like to actually peel the skin like so, rather than cut it off. I think it wastes less. Once that's all chopped up, we're gonna cook it in the air fryer, and you can cook it in the oven, but I'm going in the air fryer because it's easier. Throw this all in, like so. And then we're gonna add a little bit of oil, salt and pepper, and these spices, as I said. Whoop, careful. A little bit of paprika. A little bit of chili. And then we mix it all through, like so. And it should coat them all. And then we air fry it. All right, we'll put it in the air fryer for about 20 minutes at 205 degrees. Perfect. The fish looks pretty done, so I'm just gonna have a little try. Oh yeah, look at that, breaks away. Quite creamy. You can taste a little bit of that sourness. So we've got the sweet and the spicy from the pumpkin. We've got the creaminess from the fish and a little bit of acidity. Then we've got the tabbouleh, the salad, which is fresh and it's bitter, but it's also quite a bit sour. So we're missing something. Pak choy's next. So let's cut it up. Don't cook the pak choy without washing it. Ah, good point. Let's wash it so we get the dirt out of there, look. So if you want to contrast the other flavors, you can use ghee. This is what we have left. We have the ghee, the onion, the garlic, and the pak choy. What is the right order to cook these four things? The onion takes the longest to cook and to break down. So that's going to be first. The garlic we don't want to overcook, so we won't cook them together. The ghee we can cook for quite a long time. That's why it's ghee, not butter. And the pak choy actually doesn't take that long to cook, so that'll be last, maybe with the garlic. So let's do it. Let's cut the onion first rather than the pak choy. Start a small fire in your kitchen, and then we'll get some ghee onto that fire. Like so. Look, I'm running out of ghee. All right, chuck the onion on, and we will turn the heat down once it's now on. Garlic next? Yeah, garlic next. All right, so we'll break them up. Oh, yeah. Tell that garlic who's boss. Put that to a side, like so, and then we'll cut the pak choy. We want to do these quite big so they hold their shape. Let's throw this on. Buttery. Oh, hello. If you're liking the content, like and subscribe. All right, throw in the pak choy and the garlic, like so. That butteriness, or the ghee, has soaked right into the onions and they have a really buttery sort of taste. Don't think I forgot about the leaves. They just go last. They take very little time to cook. So let's cut them up and throw them in. Don't leave it on too long. You don't want the garlic to overcook. So we're just going to put this on for about a minute, just so, and stir it through, just so it cooks briefly. Let's check it all. The fish I just warmed up so that it's nice and hot. We'll try the, over here. Buttery and garlicky. Let's try. You look at these, they're soft and hard at the same time. Some of them are soft. Crunchy, sweet, a little bit of spice. Perfect. And then I've already tried the fish before, nice and creamy with a little bit of that acidity. Let's put it all together. What do you think looks better? Tabbouleh on top of the fish or in a ramekin? Now my favorite part, trying it. The tabbouleh by itself is very powerful, but when it's got the creaminess of the fish, it really balances well. And then the pumpkin, so sweet. Let's try a little bit of the, got a really buttery, garlicky flavor. Very, very different flavors. Just goes to show you don't need that many ingredients to create quite a contrast on the plate. The different colors, the different textures. You know, this is quite crunchy, whereas most of the pumpkin is soft. Then you've got the fresh flavors from the parsley and the tomato. When you get home from work and you've got a whole lot of ingredients and you can't think of what to cook, think of it in different flavor compounds, but also if you cook them separately, you can cook them to your desired perfection. You don't need a recipe. You just need to think through those flavors and the textures and contrasting as well as balancing. Next time you have those leftover ingredients, just give it a go. The best way to become better at cooking is to just try stuff and think through the flavors and the contrasts, and you'll be fine. If you're liking the content, like and subscribe. Help out the little channels. If you like this video, you're gonna love this one.